Hi, this is Frank with a Frank Opinion. A couple of weeks ago I presented some information on Mitch McConnell, which I'd like to go over again and provide some additional perspective on this person's track record. Mitch McConnell, first elected to the Senate in 1985, that's 35 years ago. Powerful positions, majority whip, minority leader, majority leader, for 17 years. Since 2003. Kentucky, the state that he represents, is the fourth poorest state in the United States, has the fifth worst health status as a population of any state, has the sixth least educated population, and all that while Kentucky is 87% white. The population in 1985, and this is new information, was 3.7 million. Small state in terms of population, not a whole lot of people. Population in 2020, 4.5 million people. To give you sense of that, the population of Los Angeles today is 4 million. Now, how is it possible that this individual, who has held incredibly powerful positions for 17 years, been in the Senate for 35 years, and has a state whose quality of life of its population seemingly is as bad as it is? What's amazing to me is that I've been in government, I've been in public service, I've headed up nonprofits. If Mitch McConnell had a caring, a love for his citizens in Kentucky, if he had an appreciation of what government can do, if he had set aside himself as someone that would make it possible for his Kentucky to be literally a jewel among the states, not that they would have the poorest population or fourth poorest, but that their quality of life, their income, their household income, their net worth of his population in Kentucky would continue to go up, that their health status would continue to improve over time, dramatically over 35 years, that his population would be amongst the most educated in the United States. Let me tell you that somebody in his position, and quite frankly, positions not even that high, if they had that focus of an appreciation of what government and that position could do, could have made an enormous difference in his citizens in Kentucky. And that holds true for any elected or public official, whether they be elected or administrative. What has happened here over the last 3 to 4 decades is a denigration of government, and it all starts with Ronald Reagan saying government is the problem. In fact, you can't have a society, you can't have a country survive and improve the quality of life of its citizens without government. You then had Grover Norquist, who headed up and founded Americans for Tax Reform, then made tax a dirty word, a word that Americans would want to hate, to vilify. And so every succeeding politician would say, I'm going to get you less taxes, as if that was going to save the day. No, not really. You also have a situation in Kentucky where obviously Mitch McConnell cares neither for his constituency. If you look at this record, he could have brought in corporations, foundation money, work with the governor of Kentucky, work with mayors around the state, work with community organizations, local civic groups, religious institutions, in order to make Kentucky a jewel. He failed. And maybe what he wants to do in order to hide his failure is to ruin the United States by holding up everything that is possible to improve the quality of life of Americans so that the rest of the country looks as bad as Kentucky. Maybe that's the deal here. But there's a lesson to be made here, and that is we cannot continue to elect and hire people that don't care about their constituents, that don't care about the populations that they're supposedly serve, that understand that you cannot have a libertarian like Rand Paul. In fact, Kentucky is stuck between a rock and a hard place. Mitch McConnell, who apparently doesn't care about anybody, and Rand Paul, a libertarian whose ideology is counter-government. So I feel for Kentuckians as I do for the rest of the country. This has to change. We can't continue to elect or appoint people who do not have a vision, that are not competitive, that do not want to help others and improve, and think that we're going to improve our situation either as a state, as a municipality, or as a nation. Thanks.